Hello, everybody. Before I get started, I just wanted to thank everybody for their support on the last video. It was a little rushed because I am in a new environment, but I do appreciate all the support. And speaking of support, today's topic is don't wait for support to start. It's kind of a continuation from last week's video, which is you're the person you've been waiting for. So this is for all my dreamers and all the people that have these ideas in their head. Kind of wanted to continue about how I came about this YouTube channel and how I started, and then I stopped, and then I started again. It definitely wasn't the support, although there was one person that I know that was, well, one or two people that were asking me about my YouTube channel. It wasn't that kind of gave me the push, or it wasn't a continuous support where it allowed me to really push myself to go. But yeah, you definitely can't depend on support to start. It is nice, and I wish I had it, but sometimes we just have to push the button. I was talking to my best friend about this the other day, where sometimes we are so caught up in like our jobs in our life that like the things that we have to do have to like make us money, and that's not the case. Like, what about the things that we do, like the hobbies or the things that we want to do that like are not, that don't have like a monetary value to it? Like, and that's kind of what kept me pushing the second time around. So this YouTube channel, it wasn't created to go viral or just become some type of like YouTube sensation. It's simply because these are topics that I would like to talk about that I don't get to talk about on a day-to-day basis. And why not? Why not? Like, this is something that I could come back to. This is something that I could refer my nieces or my nephews to, children, if I ever have children one day. And it's just a conversation started with myself, conversation started with other people that might see this video. But yeah, for any dreamers or anybody that has like ideas on their in their head, and I know what it's like to feel like you don't know exactly like when to start, but like I explained in the last video, just do it. You don't have to have everything all mapped out. For me, I felt like I needed to do it because um, knowing yourself is very important. When I started the channel the last time, I literally only had like 4 topics, but I thought that it was gonna go longer. Like, no. When life comes and you get distracted, it's very hard for you to like pick up that momentum, as opposed to like now I explained to you guys that I had to map out the 7 months in order for me to be consistent, because at that point you don't have an excuse, and the only person that you could blame is yourself. But this channel came about because I've always wanted to be the person that knew how to speak up for themselves, knew how to articulate themselves, was comfortable with speaking in front of people that they didn't know, comfortable with doing things that they didn't think that they could do or didn't think that I could do. And it's just a challenge. Like, why not challenge yourself? Challenging yourself is not going to look pretty. It's not going to be perfect, but why not show up for yourself? You show up for everybody else. Why not show up for yourself? Who cares? I mean, a lot of people might care, but that's how you have to have it in your head. Like, who cares? I'm doing this because I want to do it. If I waited for the support or the thousands of followers, and I won't lie, when I first mapped out my like YouTube channel that I officially launched last year, I did expect to like have a certain number of followers on my personal Instagram page, but joke's on me because I started from scratch anyway. And then I'm like, now look, am I gonna wait for that in order to start? No, like, because I'm not looking for popularity. I'm looking for genuine people that want to have these type of conversations. And if it's just 100 people, then I am legit okay with that. I don't care to have like the millions of followers if they're not people that genuinely want to have like these type of conversations and speak on these type of topics. You don't need approval to do what you want to do, what you think is right, what you've prayed for. Like, that's sort of like a slap in the face to God. Feeling like, don't get me wrong, I feel like it is natural to think like, okay, if I start this, what if no one cares? What if no one likes this thing? I think it's normal to ask those questions, but I don't think that you should harp on that and let that be the determining factor on if you're going to move forward with something or not. Because at the end of the day, like I explained, you're the one that's going to regret not doing it. And I think it's like conversations that I have with like my mom and like other people that always say, I've always wanted to do this. I always wanted to go back to school. I've always wanted to write a book. I've always wanted to do this. And one thing that's stuck is that I just never want to get older and have those type of conversations. I know there's going to be things that I wish I did, but I'm going to be so much happier and proud of myself for following through with the things that I didn't expect to, just like this. And it's crazy because when I had this idea in mind initially, I had wanted to bring other people on to have like these conversations with someone sitting by me. But again, it's like if I waited on that, this probably would have never happened. And it's not to say that it never will, but I felt like I was expecting that to happen more than for me to say, okay, what would it look like to do this by yourself? And once I had that thought in my head, or once I got rid of the idea that I was supposed to be doing this with someone else, it made it a little bit more easier for me. And I even suggested it to two people too. I was just like, yeah, I want you to be a part of this. And they were like, somewhat excited about it. But then like, that's the thing about doing with other people too. Like, you don't know, again, no one's going to have the same outlook. Or let me not say no one, but I don't think that it's good to bet on other people in order to carry out your vision and your idea. I think that once you start, then the right people are going to come along to carry out whatever vision it is that you have. But I don't think that you should wait for people in order to carry out whatever it is that you're trying to do. So had I waited, which this idea came about like 2 or 3 years ago. So had I waited, this would have never happened. And I'm just proud that I'm continuing to push myself no matter, there's still like family members and people that I like personally know that probably never watch this, or they said that they're going to watch it, but they don't. And I'm genuinely okay with that. Like, I truly am. And it does take some practice and it does take some time to get to that point. But like I said, not expecting people, letting go of that idea that people are supposed to support you, or people are going to support you, or you're waiting on people to support you in order to start. I think that it removes the shackles from like keeping you still. The shift for me was like, what if no one actually supports me? Like, the fact that I was waiting for like the support and people to come along, what if no one ever did? Would I continue to wait for that? Would I keep myself paralyzed to the thought that I'm just going to wait for the right person, and then another year, 2 years, 3 years goes on, and then I never start the thing because the people or the person never came along? And that's what happened. Like, I won't I won't lie, I definitely waited, but then I saw like years go by and I'm just like, what are you doing? This is your idea, not theirs. How do you expect them to come along and follow through with something that you're not even following through with? And I understand that everybody doesn't want to have a podcast, or, well, I don't even consider this a podcast, but like a video giving advice or opinions of things like that. You may want to do videos for your children, or just like teaching people. Why not? Just do it. Honestly, like, who cares? Why do you care what other people think? And that's what I'm going to tell anybody that wants to do something that they're afraid to do. Like, for my best friend, she does videos for her students, teaching them certain things. And fear is a heck of a thing. Like, fear would literally keep you paralyzed. Fear will have you thinking all sorts of things that are like not even real, and have you tricking yourself out your own spot. Why would you want to waste time to do something just because someone else isn't doing it with you? Like I said, it's normal, but you just can't continue to live like that. Fear will have you wasting years and years of time. If you had all the support that you wanted, what would you be doing right now? Think about that. What would you be doing right now if you had all the support? And if you can think of something, you should do it. Also, what's the last thing that you did for yourself without support? Whether it's going back to school, whether it's starting a new career or a hobby, a sport, what is it that you would be doing if you had the support? What is the last thing that you did for yourself without support? If you're in a space where you were a little bit more playful and a little bit more confident when you were younger and now you've lost that, or vice versa. I think that there was something, some point in your life that caused you to like stop doing the things that you wanted to do, whether it's like your group of friends, your family, like your, I don't know, social media. But I think that you should be tapping into, make a list of like all the things that you wanted to do and, or that you want to do right now, and then just work on that list, even if it's just like one thing. Once you do the one thing, then you get a little bit more confident with doing other things. Like the fact that I'm out here right now, there's cars driving by, there's people walking by. I'm literally challenging myself. I told myself that I'm going to challenge myself to be outside and do something. Like, I don't care what other people think. Like, so what? And it starts by baby steps. It starts by like doing the things that you were afraid to do or you didn't think that you could do, and then just like increasing it at some point. I feel like the more people you have around you, it can make your ideas harder or easier. With the right people, it'll make it easier, of course, because you have all these people that are willing to pour into you. But if you have the wrong people, they're going to ask you questions like, why would you want to do that? How many followers do you have? They'll talk to you about making money. And I'm referring to like YouTube because that's what I'm doing. How much money you're going to make and just like all these things. But it's like, I don't care about that. Why does everything have to make money? Why does everything have to be a large following? Like, what happened to just doing things because you simply wanted to do it? So, the practice for you, what's something that you dreamt of doing? And if you had the support, what would you be doing right now? And when was the last time you did something for yourself? Answer those 3 questions. Oh, and also, what's stopping you from doing it? If the thing does not cost you any money, I feel like you have no excuse. If it's a time thing, just make the time. Like, you would make time for like other things, whether it's you watching a game or you going shopping or you working out or you spending time with like other people. You can find the time to do whatever it is that you want to do. Make the time. Just like right now, I am not home. I'm visiting family and I feel like every time is accounted for. But in this situation, I'm just like, no, I'm dedicated. This is a 7-month journey. Like, I need to find the time to shoot. What's 15 or 20 minutes to take out of my time to do something for myself that I said I wanted to do? Like, there's no excuses. Did I want to necessarily do this? No, but I already committed my time to doing this. Even right now, someone is driving by and looking at me recording. But I set aside the time to go ahead and do this. So I want to leave off with a closing reflection. I think that a lot of people are going to regret not doing something that they wanted to do due to social media, or people just, and specifically like probably 10, 15, 20 years from now, because social media I feel like does play a role, because you're not nervous to post a picture of yourself looking good, but you're nervous to post a picture of you talking the way that you would talk to your friends or your family. Like, are you afraid people are not going to like you? So what? And then lastly, if you don't want to man up and do something for yourself, how about you take the time out to support somebody that you know is doing something that might be like a little difficult for them or out of the norm for them, or they may not be getting the support that they should be getting. Words of encouragement will go a long way. And I will definitely say that it will mean a lot, because I got my biggest reminder to follow through with this from someone that I don't speak to on a day-to-day basis. It could be anybody that you're supporting, someone that you know that's doing something for themselves. Just support them. That is all for today's video. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel, and I look forward to seeing you next week.